Hey Canucks fans, can you believe that it's training camp eve? I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clay Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Saturday, January the 2nd. This is where you get Canucks insight that's positive and timely. Happy New Year once again, Canucks fans. I didn't do a live video, so to speak, or a true video yesterday in that it was my chat with Steve Dangle, my interview with him, and got a lot of really good feedback on it. I tried something new. I debuted it as a premiere actually. So at 8:30 in the morning, people wondering why so early, especially on the West Coast, why I had to get to church, that's why. So at 8:30, I debuted it as premiere. That means you couldn't skip ahead. You had to watch the whole 35 minutes, but I was engaging with people in the chat. I thought that was kind of a neat way to do it. Not sure if I'm gonna do that going forward for my Zoom chats, because it would mean a bit of a, well, if I want to be there live, it would be a bit more of a commitment. But it kind of builds a tiny bit of buzz around the video, but we'll see. I'll kind of think about it over the next few days. But thank you to anyone who joined me live at 8:30 yesterday morning, or even who watched it later on. But it's almost at 1,000 views now, so that was a nice surprise, and I appreciate Steve taking the time out of his very busy schedule, as we talked about, to chat with me. A couple other things. Today's Saturday, that means tomorrow's Sunday. That means tomorrow is time for Ask Me Anything. So I'm happy to answer any of your questions in tomorrow's vlog as part of my weekly Ask Me Anything vlog, Canucks related or not, whatever you want to do. Just put in the comments of today's vlog, put in the comments down below, and just mark it AMA for Ask Me Anything, just so I make sure that I don't miss it when I collate the questions tomorrow morning before recording. Also tomorrow, I have 2 Zoom chats lined up as a special series that I'm going to be releasing this week. I'll talk about that a bit more, probably either tomorrow in the Ask Me Anything, tomorrow, and then on Monday on my live stream. And the other last programming note, don't forget Monday night is the big stream, me versus Sean versus Jake, NHL 21. So make sure that you join us for that. Likely going to start that 15 minutes early, or maybe 9:45 we're going to get going, at least welcoming people, so we're playing games by 10. So 9:45 will likely be the stream on Monday. I might keep it at 10. We'll see. I'll figure that out by tomorrow. Okay, today, given that it's January 2nd, that means tomorrow is January 3rd. Training camp opens tomorrow. I'm excited. I hope you guys are. I'm very excited. And there's not going to be any on-ice activity tomorrow, aside from medical testing, but that will likely be done off-ice, more in the weight room and so to speak, in the hallways of Rogers Arena. But Travis Green and Jim Benning will meet with the media at 10 a.m. Not sure if they're going to talk about Travis Green's contract. Not sure if they're going to talk about fans in the arena, or at least playing at home, I should say, before we get to fans in the arena. But yes, it'll be interesting to hear from both of them at the same time. I will not be covering it live, as I'll be at Mass, but I will be obviously reading up on it, watching the replay, and then I might react to it and might Ask Me Anything, or I might save it for maybe a Monday vlog. Regardless, training camp proper does open tomorrow, which we are all excited about. I think on ice, the biggest question, I can't wait to see Nate Schmidt, I can't wait to see Braden Holtby, and some of the battles, Holtby versus Demko for starters minutes, and some of the battles for positions will be interesting, maybe third line, third pairing. But today I want to talk about the question I guess I'm asking you is, are you comfortable right now with the training camp roster set as it is? Or would you prefer the Canucks still to pursue a defenseman and or a winger? And I talked about Micheal Ferland a couple of days ago. We found out that he will not join the team for training camp. So in essence, the Canucks can, in counting his salary, you can go up to $3.5 million over the salary cap. Or to think of another way, just think the Canucks have 81.5 without Micheal Ferland. Whichever way you want to think about it, there's slight nuances to how you calculate it. But in essence, that's what you're looking at is, generally speaking, his $3.5 million won't count against the salary cap for the Vancouver Canucks, so they have that money to spend. Now, if we go with the roster that as is, as I've talked about before, there's going to be a battle, especially the interesting battles on defense will be for the third pairing spot. Now we know Hughes, Myers, Edler, Schmidt, they have the top 4 spots locked up. Jordy Ben, as I've talked about many times, he played half the season on the left with Troy Stecher on the right, and he played the other half of the season on the right when Oscar Fantenberg went on his left. So Jordy Ben can play both sides. So that actually gives the Canucks some neat flexibility in that they have, Juolevi and Rathbone battling on the left, they have Chatfield and Rafferty battling on the right. There's other guys like Sotner and Breezebaugh and Jet Wu, but really Josh Tevis, but really we expect it to come down to those 4 guys. And I think whoever plays the best is going to earn that 5th or 6th spot, however you call it. And then unless a second rookie outperforms Jordy Ben, which I doubt, then you have Jordy Ben who can swing to either side. My guess is going to be Juolevi on the left and Jordy Ben on the right as the 3rd pairing. So that's how the Canucks might shape up on D. And up front, I guess the biggest question is who's going to play in the top 6? Is it a given that's going to be Jake Vatanen, or might we see Louis Eriksson somehow find himself on the roster and in that top 6 alongside Horvat and Pearson to start off the year? What's the bottom 6 going to look like? We know it's going to be some combination of Gaudette, Roussel, Mott, Sutter, Beagle, McEwen, and Harlock. I think those are the guys that are fighting. Guys like Cole Lynn, Niels Hoglander. I think they're going to Sven Berchi. They're going to have kind of like an outside shot, but I don't see them making it at least to the team proper, maybe onto the taxi squad. So are you comfortable, I guess, with status quo, with the guys that are there in camp as being the guys that are going to start the season? So that's option number 1. Or would you rather the Canucks pursue a defender? Now we know that Travis Hamonic is still out there, and we know the Canucks are still being in contact with his people. We know that they loop back on Sami Vatanen. A big difference, Vatanen made $4.8 million last year, whereas Hamonic, I think he only made $3 million. Hamonic made 3.8. So you have Vatanen made 4.8, Hamonic made 3.8, at least cap hit. And then so that's obviously going to be more in the 1.5 range for one of those guys. Would you like to see the Canucks go for someone like that? Vatanen can play both sides, Hamonic can play on the right side, so gives you some flexibility, and it gives you some insurance if one of the top 4, God forbid, gets hurt long term on D. And there are a lot more defensemen than wingers out there. I mentioned Hamonic, I mentioned Vatanen, but there's also guys like Carl Osner, Jonathan Eriksson, Matt Bolesky. Oh no, he's a winger. There's Ron Hainsey. There's our friend Ben Hutton. So there are a lot of defensemen that are still unsigned right now. Up front, if you want to, you're not going to find a bona fide top 6 right winger now. There's just simply not enough quality players to go around, especially now that Hoffman, Duclair, Eric Hall, those guys are now off the radar. Well, technically you can still go after Hoffman even though he signed a PTO, but likely the Canucks won't go there. So really up front, there's Michael Grabner maybe. I see his name. I see Matt Martin. But really, there aren't guys that even get more than 10 or 15 points in last season. So the depth up front on the wings has really dried up in the free agent period, especially over the past couple of weeks, whereas there are still many quality defensemen out there. So my question to you, Canucks fans, on training camp eve, 3 options. Which one do you think the Canucks should pursue? Option number 1, just go with who they got right now, and that's the training camp. Option number 2, still aggressively pursue a defenseman. Of course, knowing that if you do that, it means that you are tying up that money, spending that money, and then not giving a young guy a chance to shine. So really, options 2 and 3 are flying in the face of letting the young guys shine. So the option number 1, status quo, go with the guys we got. Option number 2, go after defenseman. Option number 3, somehow go after a forward, or is your preferred route a combination of options 2 and 3? Canucks fans, leave a comment below. I love to read, react, and reply as always. And leave me a question for Ask Me Anything tomorrow. Just mark it AMA. I have some really big plans for this week and going forward, and I can't wait to continue to work on my channel and bring you more fresh, creative types of videos. So that's my promise to you. Not even resolutions, my promise to you for this new year. So look forward to some cool content, some cool things coming out, I think, in the next couple weeks or so. Okay, so leave a comment below, a read, react, reply, ask me anything, AMA. Subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to. Enjoy the day, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.